Hi, I'm Donna from Nastasia.com. Today I'm with my friend Charisse,
and we're going to teach you how to make baseball cuff bracelets.
For this project, you'll need one baseball.
Baseballs come in several varieties. You can get synthetic leather, real leather, or even novelty balls.
The first thing we're going to do is cut a few strands of the red thread on the baseball. Try to be careful to not cut the ball itself.
If you don't have scissors, you can use an X-Acto knife to cut the threads as well.
Just keep cutting the thread around the ball. At some point, you can kind of pull the ball apart a bit and sneak your scissors in there a little easier.
This could take a while if you have nails like mine.
You'll be surprised that the underside of the leather is rather sticky.
Once you cut the threads, you can peel the cover off of the ball. You'll have enough for 2 bracelets. Take a pair of tweezers and pick out all of the threads from the baseball.
For the next part of this project, you'll need one piece of craft felt, a sewing needle, scissors, embroidery floss, a button, 2 elastics,
and of course the bling.
Now it's time to measure the felt for the bracelet lining. We're going to position one of the pieces on the felt and trace around it.
You can use a white crayon or chalk or a seamstress pencil or anything that shows up well on the felt.
Once you do that, it is time to cut the felt along the lines.
Then position the back of the felt onto the bracelet. Trim the excess felt again if needed.
Another thing to consider is using a used baseball to give the cuff a more rugged look. Next, pull out and cut about 40 inches of embroidery floss. Thread your sewing needle with the embroidery floss. Then make a knot at one of the ends. For your first time, I would suggest starting in the middle of the bracelet. Insert your needle this way to hide the knot in between the cover and the felt.
Then reach around and insert your needle into the hole. Then out the back, making sure you've pierced the felt. Repeat this process. Reach around and insert your needle into the hole, then out the back, piercing the felt.
You'll do this until you reach the one edge. Once we reach the middle of one of the edges, we'll need to incorporate a clasp to hold the bracelet on.
Being a baseball mom, I prefer a much quicker elastic stretch method clasp, but there are other options as well. You can use traditional jewelry clasps like these, or even these.
If you use our elastic method, take a 2-hole button and sew it on at the edge here. I like to put a few extra stitches in it to reinforce.
Once you do that, keep going around this edge now, this time stopping at the middle of the next side.
These are just clear hair elastics that you can purchase at most local stores in the hair care section. Because these are clear and a bit thin, I like to use 2 of them to ensure a good hold. I'm using the small ones because my wrist is thin.
But if you aren't as bony as Donna is, you can use the medium or larger size elastics in your bracelet.
I just incorporate them into the stitch on the edging. You can also put 2 stitches in for a very good hold.
Then just keep going around the bracelet again until you reach your starting point.
Once you reach the center, I like to weave in my ends very securely by going in and out, several times to ensure a good hold.
Some people like to put a drop or 2 of fabric glue here and there to ensure a good hold.
So what do you think, Cherise? Is it a good time for the bling now?
Absolutely, it's always a good time for the bling. There are many types of embellishments. For your first time, we recommend either something that just slips on or you can glue on. You can also do sew-on bling. However, you'll need to think about that beforehand and incorporate it when you sew your edging.
This one is a rhinestone belt buckle that you just slip on.
And these are ones that you can glue on. You'll just need to ensure you use glue that says it can work on leather.
Once you are done, just clasp your bracelet and wear it to all of your favorite team games.
We hope this video has helped you. Please subscribe to Donna's YouTube channel
And visit my website at Nastasia.com for more tips and tricks on creative, self-sufficient living.
Okay.
Hi, I always forget to look in the camera. Hi, I'm looking at the wrong place.
Me too.
Today I'm with my friend,
Cherise. I don't like that. I hate saying my own name. You say my name. You say my name,
Okay.
and then I'll say. I just don't like saying my own name. I don't know why. It's a weird thing I have.
Weird.
I know.
Baseball cuff bracelets.
I don't know, but I liked that. I
Okay.
don't like the way I said my name.
Oh. Today I'm with my friend. Oh, my dad mowed the thing. Now we do
As long
the
as I'm
end.
not saying my own name.
Nastasia.com for more damn trucks.
And please visit Donna's YouTube what?
No, you're subscribed to my YouTube
Okay.
channel.
All right.
What do you think?
Yeah.
All right.